Monday quietly kicks off in an extremely busy week on the macroeconomic front, with Japanese retail trade data due out in the very early hours. Only other notable data being released is coming from the form of US Personal Consumption Expenditure, price index which is an average amount of money that consumers spend in a month and used as a significant indicator of inflation. Monday also sees the UK Chancellor Philip Hammond take centre stage as he releases the UK budget in the most important speech of his year. The Chancellor will announce the government's plans for tax and spending for the financial year starting in April 2019. The budget is particularly important as it will be the last one before the UK officially leaves the EU on March the 29th, 2019. Tuesday sees Japan report the unemployment rate before Europeans summarise, the big Eurozone gross domestic product data followed by German inflation consumer price index, which could dictate the direction of the Euro and European indices throughout the afternoon. The New Zealand unemployment rate rounds off the day at 22.45. From here on out, the importance of the data releases really starts to ramp up. Australian inflation CPI data will hit the wires at 1:30 before we move out onto critical news from Japan. The Bank of Japan provide the latest interest rate decision alongside a monetary policy statement, which will be followed by a press conference in which reporters will probe the Bank of Japan's Governor Kuroda about forward guidance for monetary policy. The yen has been particularly volatile over the past few weeks, so this will surely be a key to monitor for future price action. Back in Europe, German retail sales figures come out at 7 a.m. ahead of the Eurozone Employment and Consumer Price Index, which, as the European Central Bank has mentioned, it uses to gauge the path of future monetary policy guidance. Canadian GDP rounds up the high-impact data midweek. Commodity-sensitive Chinese manufacturing PMI is released overnight, as well as an interest rate decision from the world's second-largest economy. However, Super Thursday will be all about the Bank of England, who start with a quarterly inflation report at 11 o'clock, which will detail economic analysis and the inflation projections on which the bank's Monetary Policy Committee bases its interest rate decisions and presents an assessment of the prospects for UK inflation over the following 2 years. We then move on to the States, due to be released, which are many-fold: asset purchase facility, interest rate decision, monetary policy summary, monetary policy committee votes to hike, cut or leave current rates unchanged, all rounded off by the minutes from the latest meeting that happens at 1 o'clock. So traders of GBP UK equities and the FTSE 100 will need to be sure to watch the markets with eager eyes around this time. Moving on to the other side of the pond, we have ADP employment data coming from the US at 1:15, Canadian manufacturing PMI at 1:30, and US ISM manufacturing PMI completes Thursday at 3 p.m. The final trading day of a busy week shows no sign of letting up. To begin with, Australia updates us overnight with retail sales and PPI data. Mid-morning, Germany's manufacturing PMI comes out, and this captures business conditions in the manufacturing sector. As the manufacturing sector dominates a large part of total GDP, the manufacturing PMI is an important indicator of business conditions and the overall economic condition in Germany. The historically volatile US non-farm payrolls and employment data hits as usual on the first Friday of every month, with concerns over rising inflation and interest rates stateside having contributed heavily to the havoc seen in global markets recently means that this will probably once again live up to the reputations of being the most volatile macroeconomic data seen released that week. That was the week ahead. For more information on company results and our economic diary, please see the email that we will send you on Sunday. Thank you.